Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep video. Thank you so much for clicking on this week's video. We're just going to jump right into this week's meal prep. This took me less than an hour, probably about 40 minutes. First up, we have some bacon here. We're going to go ahead and throw this into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Next up, I'm going to make some egg muffin cups. So I will have the recipe linked down below. We're going to do this 3 different ways. We're going to do 3 different egg muffin cups. So first up, you need about 10 to 12 eggs, depending on what size. I do have my own chicken, so the eggs tend to be on the smaller side sometimes. So I used 12 eggs. And then I'm adding in some seasoning. So I'm just adding in the blend from Kinder's, the salt, pepper, garlic, and then some onion salt from Trader Joe's. Since all of these can have those same spices, it just makes it easy. Now I'm going to get my scale out because I do want to measure the ingredients that are going into the egg muffin cups. Like I said, we're going to do 3 different ways. So the first one we're going to do is some ham and cheese. So I'm using this diced up ham. Now a serving is 2 ounces. So in my mind, I'm going to eat 2 of these egg muffin cups. So I thought originally I was going to do an ounce of ham in each one of these, because if I had 2, then that'd be a full serving. However, as you'll see, an ounce is a lot of ham, and I just thought it would overwhelm it. So I did end up putting in just a ½ an ounce in each one of these. So each of the 2 muffin cups would have 1 ounce of ham. I did spray these with nonstick cooking spray. These are rubber and they're supposed to be nonstick, but I just like to spray a little bit on there just to be safe. Also, from making egg muffin cups many different ways over the years, one thing I will tell you is the biggest tip I can give you, which a lot of you may think, oh, that's silly, why are you even saying this? Because I have done it wrong. So put your ingredients in your muffin cups first. And here's the reason why. It just seems, you may think to yourself, okay, well, why not just put it in with the eggs, pour them in there, especially if you're just doing one kind. So if you decide, I'm only want to do ham and cheese. Well, here's the thing. All the ingredients are going to sink to the bottom of your measuring cup or whatever you're using, your bowl, whatever you're using for your eggs is going to stick to it. It's going to like sink down to the bottom. So you want to make sure you do your ingredients first in your egg muffin cups, and then you will pour your eggs on top. So after I finally just redistributed the ham, I went through, like I said, and just end up putting a ½ an ounce in each one. I am going to use some of this cheese. Now, I really like these farmhouse shred like cheese. I think that's what farm style, I don't know what they call it. Anyways, a serving of this is 28 grams. I'm doing about 7 to 8 grams per cup. That just because you don't need a whole lot of it. So I did about 7 to 8 grams in each cup. And then the next one we're going to do is just a bacon and cheese one. Just using some crumbled up bacon. These are just bacon bits, and again, a serving of these is 7 grams, not 7 ounces, 7 grams. So that's what I'm trying to put in each cup. Some of the cups got 8, some got 9, but I'm just trying to do about 7 grams per cup. And then the next one we're going to do, and I forgot the cheese on the bacon and cheese, but don't fear, I will go back. We're going to do a jalapeno popper. This is one of my favorites. I have made these many times over the years. First thing we're going to do is put a ½ tablespoon of reduced fat cream cheese in each of the cups. If you do more, it tends to not cook the egg muffin cup very well. So a ½ tablespoon seems to be a good one. That's the other thing with egg muffin cups is you have to kind of cook them a little bit longer than what you think you would because of the ingredients. It does make it a little bit harder to, or makes them cook a little bit longer, take a little bit longer to cook. Next up, we're going to add some bacon in the jalapeno popper ones. So again, I'm just going to do 7 grams of bacon to each of the cups. I am really like in a slump when it comes to cooking. I have not been wanting to cook hardly at all lately, and meal prepping has been very, very, very hard for me to want to do lately. So I have been just having the hardest time, so it was really, really hard for me to get up today and do my meal prepping. Next up for the jalapeno poppers, I just have some pickled jalapenos. You can use fresh jalapenos also, but I have a bunch of these pickled ones that I just need to use up. And so I am not even measuring these out. I just happen to have the scale still on. But I just chopped up probably about a ¼ cup of these and just chopped them up pretty finely and just adding those to the cup. And then we're going to top these off with cheese. Again, I'm using about 7 grams of cheese per one. Now remember, when I show you all the stats on the screen, the Weight Watcher points, the carb count, and the carb count's going to always be total carbs. I don't count net carbs. So the carb count on the screen will be total carbs. And then also I will include the calories and the protein, but remember it's based on the measurements that I'm telling you. So if you use different measurements or different ingredients, you'll want to make sure that you add those into your trackers and you build your own recipes. That way you have your accurate count. But I'm just trying to give you kind of an idea of what mine are and what the points could be and the calories and carbs and all that could be. So again, we're just going to finish these up, finish adding the cheese in there. The recipe I'm going to link down below for this actually has, I think, 9 different recipes, and I believe I have tried almost all of them, of the different egg muffin cup flavors, and I think I've probably shared a lot of them with you guys over the years. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our base mixture, and I just like to have a spoon ready because it's just, you're going to need to kind of smash down. Now I do suggest, another tip is to just kind of pour a little bit in each cup. Don't try to fill it up all the way. Just pour a little bit in each cup and then kind of go back with your spoon and just kind of smush it down a little bit and then top them off. And then that way you're making sure you're getting the ingredients kind of distributed really well. That's the only thing with this cheese is that it's so thick that maybe I've never used this cut of cheese with egg muffin cups before, so we'll see how this turns out. Now the recipe that I'm going to link down below, it says to cook it at 400 for 12 to 15 minutes, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's just my oven, but I did do mine at 400, but mine ended up taking 20 minutes. They just were not cooked through all the way. Maybe I put more ingredients than that they put in their egg muffin cups, but anyway, we're going to go throw these in the oven, then we're going to continue on with our meal prep. Now, like I said, I have not been wanting to cook lately, so I'm trying to take some shortcuts just to make sure I'm still eating healthy. So one of the shortcuts this week I took was picking up some of these Isaneros, I don't know how you say it, the meal starter meat packets. So that first one was a chipotle packet, and the other one was a garlic and herb. Now we're gonna go ahead and cook these up. The garlic and herb one, I'm going to use that for like salads and stuff, but I just kind of have it on a little bit high heat first to kind of get it nice and crispy, and then I turn the heat down a little bit and just let that saute up. Now these are chicken thighs, not chicken breasts, so just keep that in mind, but they have a couple other different flavors that I think I'm going to pick up next week because these were just so easy. And like I said, I have just not been wanting to cook lately, and that can be a dangerous thing. If you're just not into cooking, not into meal prepping, then it's okay to take some shortcuts if that means that you're going to stay on plan and eat healthy. So don't feel bad about that. Sometimes I used to feel really bad about that. But right now that it's just me and my husband, I have a little bit more flexibility with my budget to be able to maybe spend a little bit more to purchase these shortcuts. Now I'll tell you, these packets of meat were $5 each. Now also something, in case you're new to my channel, my husband is allergic to chicken. So again, that's why these little packages are fantastic for our little family. Once the kids moved out, grew up and moved out into their own, I'm the only one now that can eat the chicken. So buying these little packets is actually another thing that actually going to save money, because even when I buy the big packages and break them down, I'm terrible about taking things out of the freezer. I haven't been eating it all up, and so food waste lately has been kind of at the maximum that it's ever been in my household, and I do not like that. So again, these little packages really help save on food waste. Now, in that one skillet you saw that I cooked up, the chipotle chicken with some peppers and onions that was frozen. Now, another thing I'm going to cook up to go along with those meals is going to be some rice cauliflower. Now I'm going to show you my little trick for making rice cauliflower taste good when you are having it with like fajita bowls or chicken or chipotle bowls. I did put the rice cauliflower into the microwave for about 4 minutes to kind of soften it up a little bit, and then I put it in my pan that I just cooked my chipotle chicken in. No reason to wash your pan in between. Now this tomato bouillon, I just find it at the regular grocery store. I always start off with about a half a tablespoon because I don't know, I feel like the moisture level of rice cauliflower, you never know quite what it's going to be. You don't need to add any water to this because we are going to let that natural moisture from that frozen cauliflower rice, just kind of liquefy it and add that water that you would normally add to the tomato bouillon. I did end up adding about another half a tablespoon or so. And then because I use that chipotle meat, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of chipotle pepper seasoning, but you don't really need to put anything else, or you can do taco seasoning. Now here is what you need to do to make this taste really good. Now a lot of people don't like rushed cauliflower because it's gushy. This is what you need to do. You want to smash it all out to the bottom of your pan. That's why you want to use the biggest pan that you have. And then you want to just let it spread out. You're going to let that sit there for a good 5 or 6 minutes on about, I did mine on 6 on my stovetop. And then you're going to mix it up and you can kind of see those crispy bits. This is like rice. It has the texture of rice after this is done. There's just something about that tomato bouillon that just really makes it kind of taste like a Spanish rice. I don't know. I've had a lot of people try it and tell me they really liked it. And that is everything, you guys. Now, I did plan on making one more thing for meal prep, but again, food waste. I don't want to waste the food, so I can make it later on the week if I need to. But everything is done. So we have our Spanish cauliflower rice and then our chipotle chicken with the veggies in there. So we can throw this into a bowl. We can throw it on a salad. Add some sour cream, some guacamole, some avocado, some lettuce, whatever you like. And then we have our garlic and herb chicken. Again, I can throw this into a salad, throw it into a bowl with some other cauliflower rice, or have some hearts of palm rice, which I do have some hearts of palm. So I kind of have a couple ideas for this week, but this will easily make 2 meals for me. And then when the egg muffin cups finally came out of the oven, you guys, it was like 25 minutes at least. So just watch them. Here they are. They're so beautiful. They will fall a little bit. So they're not in this picture right here, they're nice and fluffy because they're still warm. But as they cool down, they will kind of fall. So don't let that worry you. And you just take them out of there and you can store them in the refrigerator. And I'm going to have mine with my nice crispy bacon that I cooked in the oven. And like I said, I really wanted to do more this week, but I have just been struggling with food waste lately, and I planned on making like a chicken salad. But I think if I go through all this week, and then on Thursday I work from home, and so I may bring you in my chatty vlog the chicken salad I planned on making. And if I don't make it this week, I will definitely be making it next week because I do have all the ingredients for it. So stay tuned for that, but also stay tuned for my what I eat in a day video. I plan on filming 2 or 3 days this week. So thank you guys as always for tuning into my videos. I appreciate you all so much, and everything will be linked down below as far as recipes. Bye guys.